Hi everyone, this week I'm gonna try something different. I'm going to color in real life mode, no speeding up of the videos, and I'll walk you through step by step of the colors I use and just a little blurb about what I'm doing. And each day I will do about 10 or 15 minutes worth of coloring. This week I'm gonna start out with this image. It's a Hanglar image, and I'm going to use this pattern paper I bought from diecutsrus.com. It's My Mind's Eye Color for Christmas, and I really like the bright green, a little bit of orange in there, and purple. It's pretty much my favorite combination. So we'll try to use these colors. Now before we start, I'm gonna go ahead and color in her skin, and these are going to be some of the colors I'll be using. Let's see. Start out with E13, E11, E02, E00, and E000. And usually what I do is I start out with the mid-tone colors, not too bright and not too dark. So I'll start out with the 02, and I'll color in her face. Just a little bit here to start out with. I colored the dark in here for the shading a little bit, and I will turn it, and I like to do this. Start here, and I leave this space a little bit lighter to show contrast. Okay. The next color I'll use is the E00. Blend it in pretty good. There we are. Just a little bit down here. And I'm gonna start with the E000. Color in the rest of her face. In the paper I'm using, the cardstock I'm using is Gina K Designs Pure Luxury 120 pounds base weight. There we go. And then right here, this is where I go in with the lightest color. And I'm gonna go back to the E02. Do a little bit of this, just to give it a little bit of definition. Very light strokes. I'll go back here a little bit. And then I'm going to use E11. Fill in the darker areas near her hairline. There we go. And E13. This is the darkest I'm going to use. That's pretty good. And I'm going to go back with E00. Soften it up a little bit. Make sure there's no hard lines, no hard edges. There we are. Okay, it looks pretty good. And you can always go back fill it in later. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna use E000. Fill in a little bit right here. Okay, I think we're good to go. And the next one I'm gonna use is her hair. Color in her hair, and these are the combo I'm gonna use. I'm gonna make her a blonde. Y28, Y26, Y21, and Y000. And usually with the hair, I start out with the darkest shade. Using brush strokes. The hairline. Copics are pretty forgiving, so you can always, if you use too much dark, you can always go back later with a lighter color and lighten it up. Sort of flicker it a little bit. There we are. Okay. Y26. Don't need too much of this color. This color just brighten it up a little bit. Yeah. You can go over if you think it's too light, you can always go back with the Y28. There, I'll show you. You can always go back to the Y28. Darken up right here. And my next color, Y21. Just a little bit yellow in there. Here we go. And this color, Y00, is pale lemon. I'll try to fill in the last piece here, space here. You can leave a little bit of white too. To show the highlights. Okay. Now here's my trick. If you want the lighter lighter spots to be lighter, then you make the darker spot darker, so it shows a lot of contrast. And I do want to show a little bit more contrast than this. So what I'm gonna use is E57 to darken up her roots, so that way there'll be more contrast to where her highlights is. So I'll use E57. Fill it in a little bit, very lightly. And you see immediately this gets lighter because there's so much contrast going on right there. Okay. Flick a bit. There. You see how now there's a lot more contrast with her hair. because the darker shade is a lot darker than the lighter shade. And that's how you can use to show contrast and highlights. Okay, and I'm gonna use Y21 to blend in the area and make it softer. Very little, just at the edge. There we are, soften it up. There we go. Looks good. And go back here a little bit. Okay, so there we go. So today we color in her skin and her hair, and tomorrow I think we'll work on her dress and her shoes and see what we can get in. Okay, that's it for today, and thank you for watching.